Okay, what's up y'all? Bobby here with a Photoshop tutorial. This tutorial is going to be a basic Photoshop tutorial, so if you already know how to get around in it, you don't have to watch this. This video is for those who are new to Photoshop and, this is Photoshop CS5. We're not going to do any serious edits today. We're just going to play around with the settings and tools and stuff like that, just to give you a visual where they are and what they do. Alright? So let's first look at the stuff up here. Under files, there's new, open, and a bunch of stuff. Usually I just click these two. New will give you a new template. A template is basically, think of it as a template for a painting. It's basically a blank page you can add stuff to. So if you want to create a logo or something like that, you click new. If you want to just edit a photo, click open, and you can just browse around your computer and find the photo. And then once you're done, you can click save as. Right now it's grayed out because we haven't added any photo yet. So let's create a new template. So here are your settings. You can rename it. Let's just rename it to basic Photoshop tutorial. Okay, and then here are your presets. If you want to have a specific dimension or something like that, you can create. You can click this, but we're just gonna leave it and enter our own dimensions. So width is 500 and height is 500. So that'll give you a square template, and then you can choose these stuff. Usually I just stick with pixels, because if you choose centimeters, that's going to give you a 5 meter by 5 meter template, which is huge. So usually you just want to stick with pixels. Resolution, we're not going to touch. RGB color, color mode, usually you want to stay with RGB. That'll give you a colored picture. If you want a black and white, you can choose grayscale. And background contents, you can leave it white. Background color, which is this color, right now it's black, or transparent. So let's just click white. Alright, so here is your template. And actually we're gonna choose transparent just to show you what it looks like. A transparent template is checkered, so you know there's no color on it. So let's just exit that out. So here is your template. You can add stuff to it like that. We're gonna talk about the tools in a sec. Alright, so that's a new template. If you want to just edit a photo, you go to file and open, and that'll let you browse around your computer. So let's just open a random file. So yeah, so that's basically what file does. You create a new template, or you open a file, and once you finish editing, you can go to save as, and you can rename it. I'm not going to rename it, and you can save it to any format. So there's for Photoshop, usually I stick with JPEG. So alright, edit. Edit basically changes the size of your image. So you can transform it. You can adjust the scales, rotate, and other stuff. You can, just transform the image. You can have tree transform. That'll let you transform it any way. So that's what it does. Okay, and then when you transformed it, you can just click anything, and you can click apply or don't apply or cancel. So we're not gonna apply anything. So yeah, that's just gonna. Oh, and one more thing, you can change the perspective. So that's quite cool. And then don't apply. Alright, image basically changes the look. Okay, you can change the image size, canvas size. Usually I just go here, image adjustments, and you can adjust the brightness levels, contrast, color, etc. You can play around with this. I'm not going to talk too much about this. So you can adjust the contrast, and then you can adjust the color balance. That's actually quite cool. I like that. Anyway, so this is a place I go around a lot. So image adjustments. Other stuff I usually don't touch. So layer, we're not going to talk too much about layer. We're going to talk about layers here. Select, we're not going to talk about too much. You don't have to worry about it right now. Filter, it's a cool thing. It creates cool effects to your photo. So first you have your lens correction. Actually, let's go to filter gallery. So under these stuff, you can create cool looks to your image, and you can adjust the settings. So you can just play around with these stuff. That's quite weird. So, and then there's lens correction. Okay, so usually I go to custom, and then you can just play around with it again, see what it does, you know, and then you can add a vignette. So that's quite cool. What else? This is cool. Liquify. That's a huge brush. It basically changes your image. Like you can or you can you know, morph your image. You can also like shrink it like that. So yeah, again, just play around with it. I'm just telling you where they are and what they do. Alright. What else can we do? Yeah, you can just play around with these. You can go to render lens flare. That's a lens flare. Whoa, that's too bright. So it adds a lens flare. So yeah, just play around with filter. It's a cool place to go. What else? Windows. So under Windows, you can check the stuff. Basically, these stuff here, like layers and channels and stuff like that, and tools. So if you uncheck tools, that's gonna disappear. When you check tools again, it's gonna appear. So basically, that's what all these stuff are about. All right. So let's just open another file. Okay, so we have two files. If you want to look at both of them, you can go to here and click this, and you can look at both of them. And then if you want to drag this one to this photo, just drag it, and it's gonna move to this photo. And then if you want to drag this photo to this photo, same thing. This one's smaller. So yeah, or you can just drag that, click that, and drag it out. That's gonna make a small window. Okay, so no. Alright, so that's basically what these stuff are. Okay, let's look at the tools now. Some tools, we're not gonna look at all the tools, but the tools that are most helpful. This one's a move tool. You move the image. Here is your, basically you select things, and that's gonna move it. When you right click, you can have more options. You can have the circle, basically works the same. You can, so basically that selects everything in the circle. When you right click and click select inverse, that's going to select everything else. So when you paint it, that's going to paint everything outside of the circle. And when you do that, that's going to color everything in the circle. So that's pretty cool. Alright, this is basically the same thing, but you draw with your mouse. Okay, and there are other stuff. You can create your own polygon. Okay, and there's the magnetic lasso that basically looks for the colors that are similar and it sticks to it. So over here, these three are pretty similar. This one, you drag it and that's gonna select stuff for you. And this magic wand tool, it looks for the similar colors and it's gonna select them. So there's a crop tool. You can crop your image, and then when you're good, just right click and click crop. That's gonna crop your image. Slicer, we're not gonna talk too much about that. That's a good tool. It samples your color, so when you click a color, then that's gonna show up here. So when you, yeah. Okay, I see this video is getting quite long, so let's just stop it here. And I'm gonna post a part 2, and we're gonna carry on with tools, and we're gonna talk about the workspace. Alright, so thanks guys. If you learned something, click the subscribe button, and stay tuned for more videos.